In the book of St. Matthew, chapter 11, we see Jesus praying out loud to the Father. Why is he doing this? Certainly, he does not need confirmation of who he is. No. Jesus prays out loud to the Father to demonstrate to fathers how they need to pray, how we all should pray, and more importantly, the trust relationship between the Father and the Son. So we're talking about a connection, a truly divine connection. And Jesus demonstrated to the people, I pray to God, my Father. You can trust God, your Father, also. And so whether you have a biological father who is on point and doing all that he can do or not, understand that because we are children of God by the precious blood of Jesus Christ, that we too can pray to God the Father, and he will meet our needs. Blessings abound. In Matthew chapter 11, we meet up with verse 25, where Jesus is praying to his Father. Now, all before that, verses 1 through 24, Jesus has been doing what Jesus is busy doing: teaching, preaching, rebuking, reproving. Jesus has been busy bringing about structure, order, discipline, because he loves us. Once we get to verse 25, he now prays to the Father, and Jesus is communicating to his Father that he has finished the mission that he was given. What a place Bermuda would be if sons could pray to their Father, or sons could communicate to their Father that what they had given them to do, they had done it. This is a part of the missingness among so many of our young black males. They don't have a father to report to. If Jesus reported to his Father about completing the mission, ought not our sons be reporting to their fathers that they had completed their purpose, their destiny? Think on it. Selah. Blessings abound. One of the most important roles, if not the most important role there is on earth, is the one of being a father. Why? A father covers, protects, and provides. When fathers are not there, there's a lack of coverage, a lack of protecting, and a lack of providing. Now, while modern women say, I can do it all, it may be that for some women they are successful. However, as we look to the community and we see what's happening with the young black males in particular, we must come to the conclusion that being a single mother is not the answer for a father not being present in the life of their children. Fathers make the difference in the whole world. Blessings abound. This weekend in Bermuda, if you look at what's going on with the carnival, you will see quite a huge amount of uncovered women. I truly doubt whether a husband would want his wife uncovered in that way, yet some do. Predominantly, though, you will see women who have no coverage of a husband, and therefore they are able to flaunt what a husband should see is covered. As you look at them, we cannot be surprised at the lack of coverage that sons and daughters feel in the island of Bermuda. Look at the homes. It all begins in the home. What is the message? What is the messaging? What is the mission? What is the expectation? When you figure that out, you will find out why we have what we have, and also what we need to change in order to have something different. Think on that. Blessings abound. Jesus talked about being glad that his Father had given the message of the kingdom to those who were not affluent, not the intellects of the day. He gave it to babes, those who were not as mature in some things. Why is that? Well, if God had given the mystery of the kingdom to the intellectual ones, they would have harnessed it and hosted it on stock exchange. It would have become a commodity, and the rich would have, and the poor would not be able to afford it. Yet God speaks to the common people and causes that in their weaknesses, in whatever area, they become strong because they have the message of the kingdom. What makes you strong, what makes you efficient, what makes you victorious is not how much money you have or how many degrees you have. It's whether or not you are connected to God by his son, Jesus. Only then do you have victory in this life and in the life to come. Blessings abound. Sons should seek the wisdom of their fathers. When the fathers are not there, the natural instinct of a son and a daughter to seek validation, approval, and direction from a father is going amiss. Therefore, they go out seeking that empty space, that empty place to have it filled. This is when you see what we see in Bermuda. Run after the carnival, run after smoking, run after gangs, run after revelry. Why? Because there has not been a set man called a father on point, watching over and protecting. And so they go running, looking for a different filling to fill their souls. The souls must be filled. They will fill it with something. Fathers, where are you? Be the gatekeepers for your children. Let no other one raise them or groom them for something that you're not approving of. Seaman. Blessings abound. Jesus talks about that he has come down from heaven to do the will of the Father, and that he has done it. And with that, he says, those that have joined in the kingdom, he will raise at the last day. Listen, in order to be caught up by the rapture and spend eternity with God, you have to do so through the one and only begotten Son of God the Father. That's why he sent him to earth, to reconcile mankind back to himself. So if you want to see Jesus, if you want to see God, if you want to see your loved one you know that is in heaven, you've got to come through the door, the way, the truth, the life, and his name is Jesus. Any other way, it's the way of a thief or a robber, and such criminals will not inherit the kingdom. The only way is Jesus. Make your choice today. Secure your mansion, your home in heaven. Blessings abound. Whatever you place in front of your child's eye becomes their provision. Whatever you provide is what they see and what they aim to become. God provided his son. His son provided a way for us to have the provision back to the Father. Earthly fathers, what are you providing for your children? What do they see in front of them? Do they see you, or are you missing? Are these children pining for a relationship with you? They're your seed. It is the Father that determines the gender. Let's not allow the agenda of the day to replace fathers. This is not good, and it's not of God. So let's not settle for any other standard than the God standard. Fathers, go get your children. Provide for your children. Be a gatekeeper for your children. They need you, and no one can replace you. Blessings abound.